Well, my background is like I was a business owner in Mexico for 15 years, and we moved to the States around 2017. And that's where, it was like, okay, reset. What are you going to do? You can do whatever you want. So I started listening to podcasts and reading Rich Dad Poor Dad and Bigger Pockets and all that stuff. And I got hooked. I was like, I need to do my first deal. I need to do my first deal. So back then we were living in New Mexico. So I was like, okay, first step, I need to go to a meetup, get to know people that are doing this. And that's how I started. I jumped into in a meetup. I met this investor, and he was kind enough to teach me how to. It was like we bought the redemption rights. That's what it's called. So in New Mexico, when your house goes to auction, you have the first right to repurchase the property in auction, and you can sell that right. So we were buying those rights, and well, basically, I started learning to cold calling and fill out contracts and all that stuff. And I was working for free for this investor, so he got the deals, but I got to learn. And I was like, okay, this is cool, but I need to, just tackle something. And we bought a house, and we did a live-in flip. That's our first step. And after that, I mean, we sold the property. This was almost, no, not almost. We were in COVID-19 era, so all showings were different. All that stuff was very different. And we sold the property, and that's when we moved to Austin. And with those profits, we were able to start a couple flips. First one, we sold it. Then the next fix and flip, we sold it. And then I heard about house hacking, and I'm like, I want to do that. I want to buy a house, and I want to house hack. But I have 3 kids, so I didn't want just strangers in my house, or my husband neither. I mean, he's very protective. So what we did is we purchased a home or house, and we turned the garage into a studio. We were familiar with subcontractors and remodelation and all that stuff, so we basically tackled the project ourselves. Whatever we couldn't do, we hired the subs, the plumber, the electrician. Besides that, we basically finish it up ourselves. But that's the way I'm house hacking right now. So we have that studio on Airbnb. We have it on Furnish Finder, and thank God it's been doing pretty good.
Absolutely. And I love that story. I think out of a lot of things you could say about it, it's a testament of faith and also of courage too. I mean, coming to a country that's very different, a state that, is very different. Maybe the laws are different between New Mexico and coming to a new state like Texas as well. Working for free, which, frankly, a lot of people now they're not willing to do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And for me, it was like, I mean, this kid was like 20, 25, 24 when I met him. I'm way older than he, so I was like, oh my God. First of all, probably he you have these barriers in your mind, right? You're like, maybe he's not interested, or maybe am I doing the right thing, and all those crazy thoughts come went into my mind. Yeah, but thank God it turned out good.
Sure, and it sounds like it did. I guess you kind of implemented a lot of those lessons that you learned there in New Mexico and brought them over here to Texas as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Sure thing. And I guess, I know you touched on it a bit earlier, if you wouldn't mind, could you kind of describe maybe your first deal? And I'm assuming was your first deal a flip, or how did that go?
Oh, well, the very first one that we did in New Mexico, in Albuquerque, we bought a house to live in flip. And yeah, we had a lot of faith, and we had a very good real estate agent helping us, because he cared about my goals, or our goals, my husband and mine's. So I think we submitted, like, I don't know, 7 offers until we got one accepted. And sometimes I was like, let's submit this offer. And he was like, no, no, hold on. That's not going to make sense. So he was very good. And when we, got under contract, I mean, I can tell you, back then it's way different from Mexico. So I didn't know we were under contract. Like, what does that mean? Literally. So it was funny because he sent me the email, hey, you're under contract, this and that, sign these papers, whatever. And then on Monday, I was like, well, what's next? I called him like, why are we waiting? When are they gonna decide if they accepted the offer or not? And he's like, no, you are under contract. You have the house. And I'm like, oh my God. So that was like a awakening call, because there's so many details that you can think like everybody knows, but I mean, I didn't know it. And coming from another culture, there were so many things I didn't know when we jumped in. But I mean, just jumping back then to the living flip, what we did, we moved in and we had a problem with the sewer. That was kind of an issue, because it was like a week that we couldn't use the bathrooms in the house, and we were living there, so it was so stressful. I mean, the kids were, I have 3 kids, so they were like, mommy, I need to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, no, just wait, you're gonna go to school, hold on. Oh my God. Yeah, but it was fun. Now that now that you turn back and you see the steps that you've been able to make, it's I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it.
You know, that's funny in a way. It sounds like it was a bit aggravating and agitating when you were in it, but maybe looking back, I guess now you can kind of laugh about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, it was funny because I mean, like, okay, just grab your stuff. We're going to the Walmart, and just go to the restroom. Come on, let's go.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, but what we did there is we took a FHA loan, which is a low down payment. We moved in, and it was mostly cosmetic. Besides the sewer that someone did that part of the work, we did some other stuff, some upgrades that we need subs, but all the cosmetic stuff, we did it, my husband and myself. We painted the windows, we put new flooring, we put granite countertops, we changed the appliances, and we repaint everything. And basically that just gave another look to the property, and we were able to sell it with a profit within a year. We had to wait the year. That's what you're supposed to wait, to live in there. And also, if you wait 2 years, you're extend to pay capital gains if you file your taxes jointly, up to $500,000. If it's a single, $250,000. But I mean, I talked to my CPA, and he's like, okay, you're not making that much money, so don't worry about it. You're not gonna pay anything with the profit that you made, because you live there for a year. So that was good.
Sure, that's a great distinction to make. About that was, you said the FHA loan, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, very good. No, that's neat. Thank you for sharing that story. And